Hello Aquarius, and welcome to your February 2017 Tarotscope. I apologize first off for the delay in getting this video out there. There have been some developments in my personal life that have been kind of taking up my time, and I've tried to set aside some time to do some readings, and I've recorded some, and for whatever reason I've had the hardest time getting them uploaded, so I'm just starting fresh, and so hopefully this will get up on YouTube without much trouble. But everything happens for a reason, so I'm just gonna trust in that. So I would also like to mention that I have introduced a new deck of cards to these monthly readings, and that is the Rune Cards by Ralph Bloom. I've drawn one card from that deck alongside one card from the Sacred Path deck by Jamie Sams, as sort of crowning cards that sort of bring the whole reading together. So the rune card that I've drawn for you guys this month, Aquarius, is Awaz, which is 17 movement in this deck. And what this represents is transitioning from old, outmoded thought patterns, beliefs, or material circumstances and moving into something that's completely new and completely different. And I feel that's, doubly emphasized with the Fool card. So right off the bat, it almost seems like, given the fact that the emphasis seems to be on changing, on moving into something new, it almost seems like for some of you, you could be moving into a new house, you could be moving into a new office, or getting a new position or promotion at work. And this is something that you've been working towards for a long time, so it's not like it's coming out of the blue as like some random opportunity for you. It's something that you've been focusing on for at least a few moons, so it's sort of like your efforts are starting to yield fruit. For some of you, it almost seems like you've been trying to save money and work to save money to finance a marriage, or some sort of union, some sort of partnership. You've been working to bring about financial support for that in some way. And it seems like you've had a lot of obstacles along the way, trying to save up the money for this. Maybe you've had car trouble that you've had to pay for. Maybe you owe people money. Just all these little random setbacks that have been kind of taking up your time and your money, where you'd rather be putting them elsewhere into other things. And so as of late, you've been kind of in a state of mind where you feel like you have to hold on to every last penny. You're just so overly conscious of your material, your financial situation, and you feel like you have to protect your assets, which it's not a bad thing, but it almost seems like moving forward, what life is asking you to do is to be a little bit more open with your money, embodying the attitude of abundance. Because I'm not sure how you guys feel about I guess the law of attraction. That's not really where I'm going with this, but the way life reflects what you are inside outwardly. So if you are in an inward state of feeling like you have financial difficulty, that's definitely going to be reflected right back at you outwardly. But if you treat your circumstances as if you have all the money to spend in the world, obviously not being ridiculous and spending your money where you shouldn't be, but having that energy of flexibility, of trusting that what you spend you will get back in some way. I know that's hard for you. It seems like you've had some pretty negative instances in the past where you've tried to embody that sort of thing and gotten the opposite response that you'd hoped for. But it's time to let that go. It's time to be aware of those possibilities, those negative occurrences that have happened in the past with regards to your money. But also, embodying a higher perspective and realizing that you are not merely a material being that's a victim to material circumstances. You are a spiritual being creating a material existence for yourself. Okay, so acknowledging that you have that power to create your life rather than your life creating you, if that makes sense. And trusting that you will have the support from a partnership or from, you just have some sort of support there for you outwardly that'll help give you a little bit more strength to go within and find that place of strength within and find that that openness and that flexibility and that mentality of abundance, so to speak. Going back to the Sacred Path card, number 8, East Shield, Illumination and Clarity, and kind of tying in this rune and the Fool. It's definitely, to me, it just keeps coming to me as a message of persisting to overcome past beliefs and past expectations about the way things might play out for you, because change happens all the time, and you're always offered opportunities to change and to make transitions and to start a new exciting life. And it seems like in the past, everything that you've known up to this point has sort of been disappointing. It's sort of been a letdown. You've tried to jump into life with some enthusiasm, and then some things get in the way and it just doesn't work out the way you planned. But retaining that sense of optimism and hope and excitement for the future, regardless of whatever present circumstances there might be, is very crucial, I feel, for you moving forward. Excuse me. You've had the opportunity to go within and to figure out those little belief systems and patterns and habits of yours that aren't really conducive to positive forward momentum. You know exactly what it is that's not working out for you and what you need to do about it. So this is the time to be willing to put the effort into bringing those changes about, into transforming your non-productive habits into productive habits, and and again, being excited about the future. You've planted your seeds and you are caring for them and you're watching them as they're growing and fruiting and yielding a harvest for you. But it's almost like you're considering the fruit spoiled before it's even ripened. So stop doing that. And if you aren't doing that, obviously it's just a warning to not do that. It also seems to me like, in the past you've maybe dealt with some injustice of sort with regards to your money, with regards to your finances. Maybe you were stolen from, or some sort of unexpected expense, or owing money somebody has kind of put a damper on your spirits and made you feel a little bit less trusting of the universe and its ability to provide for you what you need. And again, what I'm getting is just, let go of that perspective. Be open, feel abundant, and trust that you will always have exactly what you need when you need it. Poverty is a mentality. It's entirely spiritual, and it will reflect itself outwardly if necessary. But it's not always about money, is what I'm getting. Just being okay. I'm getting the image of like a homeless man sitting on the side of the street with no money and no belongings other than the clothes on his back, and he's hungry and not doing so well, but he's happy, he's content, he's found joy in himself, in his own existence, and he's trusting that he'll always have exactly what he needs. He doesn't need all those outward things to bring him joy. He brings himself joy, but he trusts that outward circumstances will always provide the right experiences or the right people or food or money for food when he really needs it. Learning to separate your desires from what it is that you need is another important message that I'm getting here, especially with this card here. It's being able to operate from that higher perspective where you can actually do that sort of division of wants and needs. And I mean, that's easy enough for you to do, Aquarius. Your natural ruling planet is Saturn. You're an intellectual air sign. So it's pretty easy for you to operate from that sort of higher mentality of objective and analytical thinking about your emotions and about your circumstances. But maybe the other message with that is not getting too detached from everything, not sucking the color out of life, allowing yourself to dream a little bit and get creative and have fun with your life and with what it is that you're stepping forward into. This new change, this new place, this new job, whatever, get creative with it, have fun with it, but obviously be cognizant of those necessary details, whatever they may be. And have forgiveness for somebody. I don't know who it is, but somebody that needs your forgiveness. It's taking up your energy to hold a grudge. Don't even bother. Just let it go. And again, be excited. Be excited about this new chapter in your life. Have fun with it and move forward with integrity and with optimism and trust. And don't let your tendencies to be sort of pessimistic get in the way of things. That's all past. It's all past that's colored that perspective for you. Let it go and utilize this time to create a life that you've never known before. Be aware of the fact that you can actually have that. It's not always going to be going in circles. You can get out of the circle and start spiraling outward and expanding your perspective, okay? I hope that helped. If you're interested, I will be offering some love and romance focused readings mid-month, sometime around Valentine's Day. So yeah, stay tuned for that if that's something that you're interested in. And I will end this reading with a final shot of these two cards for you to check out. All right, take care, Aquarius.